You're cordially invited
We've double booked your weddings. What?
to take a first look at.
You better back off.
I'm not gonna back off.
You're cordially invited.
That's not dead.
Well, you don't know.
Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon's new prime comedy.
Dogman!
Laurel and Isla Fisher sinking their teeth into the voice cast of this beloved book, now turned DreamWorks cash grab. I mean hit. Dogman is awesome.
Be warned of booby traps.
Star Wars, continuing to geek out and tribute Jude Law about his role in Star Wars, Skeleton Crew, and other stuff. And
Just cut to the chase.
Amelia Perez leads the Oscar charge. We'll sit down with the new Oscar-nominated cast for Academy Award hype as we take a look. Look. Hey, you're just in time. It is award season, so we're going to be talking about all kinds of movies that are going to be nominated for awards. In fact, some that just got the Oscar nod recently. Take a Look is the name of the show. Want to know what I want to take a look at right now? My good friend, and by the way, he's friend now. We're about to be foe because an argument's going to ensue. Hey, it's comedian Steph Sanders. How you doing?
I'm great, man. My favorite time of the year. I'm excited.
All right. By the way, what's the next cruise ship you're jumping on?
Caribbean cruise out of Orlando.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So if you're headed to Orlando on a Caribbean cruise, check out him, and especially if you agree with the comments he's about to make about jumping right into it. Academy Award season, nominated for 13 Academy Awards. It is Amelia Perez. So you didn't like Amelia Perez?
I did not.
You've got a problem with these Academy Award nominations.
And I want you to find somebody that does like it. You know, I got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
So my Mexican friends didn't like it.
Nope.
My trans friends didn't like it.
Nope.
My critic friends didn't like it. No one liked this show.
Who gave you the Wall Street Journal? That's like you're literally quoting the Wall Street Journal. That's what they just said in their article that ripped it apart. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly who the Academy Award members are that are voting for it, but they did like it to the tune of 13 Academy Awards. Look, I was upfront and honest, and I said in the first 5 minutes of this movie, I didn't like it, but it won me by the end, so maybe some of them just didn't stay to the end.
And
I don't
a
know.
musical?
Yeah, why a musical? Not sure, but I kind of liked it. You got to admit, Zoe Saldana crushed it in those moments, right?
She crushes it in everything. I'll give it to her on that. Yeah, but the movie itself just...
Well, I caught up with two of the stars, one of which is Mexican, who liked it, and she's in it. Adriana and Carla, take a look. A game-changing experience. There is no movie like this. It is revolutionary. Yeah. When you saw it, what was the first thing that jumped out and said, I have to do this?
When I knew it was a Jacques Audiard film, of course I wanted to be here. And when I read the script, I realized that it was a very challenging project. And it was, in fact, for me, difficult to understand some scenes that I could even understand until the very day that I saw the film. I was like, oh, that's it.
When I saw your director in the room with all of you, and he said, how intelligent is my cast? I'm so gifted to have this intelligent cast. And he went on to say that you taught him so much about what the movie should be and how it evolved largely as a result of all of you. Can you remember a specific moment that you changed something that you're so proud of?
Yo amo trabajar con Jack.
So I love working with Jacques Audiard because he's the best director in the world. He is so intelligent and he leaves the world of cinema with such passion. It's like a childlike wonder in the sense of play in everything he does. And that gives you freedom as an actor. It gives us the freedom to act. And there was a lot of fun moments, like Jacques running around us and me begging him to stop because I wasn't sure if it's because are we doing something wrong or it's because he was so excited about it. Because as actors, we need to pay attention to every single detail, like cameras, light, and everything. But seeing this man's excitement was inspiring.
I love that this movie reminds us that good can come from bad things. In fact, even in the moment the two of you meet, you're full of rage. You're going in for hate and even to kill and find love in this experience. What do you hope people walk away from this movie being reminded of or thinking towards?
That just love is a power force and that you have the power of change your life. Even if it's a tiny change in your life, could be huge. I mean, if you really do it and you have the courage to do it, and that's it. The love for yourself and for the things or the people that are around you, it's magic.
Para mí lo más importante de esta
For
película
me,
es eso.
what's important in this film is that precisely that power to change and the power to touch hearts in all of those who see the movie. And my hope is that by doing this, we have planted a seed in the audience for them to see that the change is possible.
Bien. Movie is muy bonito, bonita.
Bonito.
Bonito. Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you, sorry for the time.
Bonito. Muy bien. Muy bien. Muchas gracias, señorita más fina. What are you laughing at?
Your Spanish was better than Selena Gomez, to tell you.
Yet another complaint some people have said. It doesn't matter. It's nominated for more Academy Awards than any other film this year.
You cannot tell me that this, I love you, but this movie was not better than The Godfather or Forrest Gump.
Okay.
And it's nominated for more, and it's tied for, come on, no, this is,
And Oppenheimer, tied as well.
they
Yeah.
didn't even understand it.
All right. We agree to disagree, and now I'm kind of agreeing too. All right, hey, you know what? You're a unicorn. You want to know why you're a unicorn?
Yes.
There are very few people that love equally Star Trek and Star Wars, but you do.
I do.
Yeah,
I
we're
do.
talking about the wars next. Coming up next, Skeleton Crew. The season has kicked off. Every episode now available on Disney+. We're going to talk about why you're going to love it and pay tribute to Jude Law, its star, next. Hey, welcome back to Take a Look. Hey, thank you to the people serving the U.S. all over the world in 177 different countries and territories worldwide. You're watching on AFN, so shout out. Thank you so much for watching. It's the world-famous comedian Steph Sanders. What's
Hello.
up, man?
I'm great, man. Fantastic.
All right, so when we last left off, rarely do people like Star Wars and Star Trek equally. You say you do.
I do, and I'm the black nerd. I love it. I love both.
That's all right. We're happy to have you. All right, let's talk about the aforementioned Star Wars on Disney+. You probably already started watching Skeleton Crew.
Yes.
Now every episode has dropped. What do you love about this series?
I love it because they moved it forward. It's like Goonies meets Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
So it's best of both worlds.
That's what I love about it, too. What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, okay.
And Return of the Jedi.
Got it. So with Empire Strikes Back, you know, you've got that frozen tundra planet,
Yes.
Return of the Jedi, you've got, like, with the Ewoks grew up, the forest. What I love about this, it starts out, for the first time in Star Wars history, you see, like, a Star Wars suburb. It's not like this giant land. It's like these kids are in a kind of a modern suburb, and then they reach out to the forest, kind of like E.T.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, the Goonies, to go on their journey. The big leader of the pack here, their Jedi overlord that they discover, is played by the world-famous Jude Law. I caught up with him to kind of celebrate his life, meant to talk about this exclusively, and kind of got sidetracked. Take a look. 25 years ago, I sat toe-to-toe with you, the junket, the Four Seasons Hotel, the talented Mr. Ripley, and I said, brother, I can't wait to talk to you deep into next century about the storied career you've had. Here we are.
Here we are.
How does it feel? How's the journey?
Gosh, it doesn't feel like that long. I mean, that's the interesting thing about a tribute, a night like tonight, is obviously you pause and look back, and that's not something I tend to do. I tend to think about what's next. But, you know, honestly, it makes what I've been thinking a lot about are all the good people I've worked with. You know, the number of wonderful directors, crew, cast. It's such a collaborative art form. There are so many layers to it, and I've loved working and learning from those people, and I'm thinking about them today.
Harry Potter, Star Wars now, how does it make you feel? You pretty much touched it. Marvel on top of that. You've touched every major franchise now.
Do I get a badge for that?
Yeah, I think there is a merit
There needs to be a merit badge somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm very curious. I'm always curious to look behind the curtain and see how these different universes are built. You know, each has such a particular look and flavor, and I was just always very interested to see how they're created and learn from them.
Well, you're brilliant in everything. I just asked a final question. In this day where physical media is a thing of the past, do you own any Blu-ray DVDs of your own work?
I mean, I must do, but I don't know where they are.
Right, well, I'll jump right to it.
Everything's probably in a box somewhere in storage, but I certainly own some. Yeah, and I will hold on to them.
Great, dust
and
off.
if I don't, I know my mum and dad will.
Fantastic.
So
Next time you're visiting Mom, dust off the holiday DVD. One of America's most beloved film critics said it's a timeless classic to be enjoyed for years. And that was me.
Oh, you got it right.
Congrats on everything. Good to see you again. Hey, at the end of the day, I got a hug from a Jedi, all for quoting his movie. Do you have any DVD? Do you love DVDs?
I love
Physical
DVDs.
media?
Yeah, I love DVDs.
What DVD do you have? Like, if you had to save a DVD.
I got
I put you on the spot.
Sling Blade.
What?
Sling Blade.
You got a Sling Blade?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you do a good Sling Blade impression?
I don't want to do that here. It's not even politically correct
No?
anymore.
Yeah, give me some taters and eat. He
Same
kind
wrong.
of sounds like my brother now. Think about it. I digress. Anyway, Skeleton Crew now on Disney Plus TV. Coming up in a moment from the people who brought you Captain Underpants, starring your buddy
Kevin Hart.
That's right. You used to hang out with Kevin Hart. You can't see it, but Steph has fallen to his knees to approximate the height. Regardless, this movie has no Kevin Hart, but it does have a dog and a man. It's Dog Man from the same creator, and they will join us next. Hey, welcome back to Take a Look. You can't tell, but that arrow points our guest, comedian Steph Sanders, to the bathroom. You don't know, but they're that way. And if you're ever in studio with us, the bathroom, men and women right that way, and they're luxuriously appointed.
They are lovely.
All right, how you doing, man?
I'm great, man.
All right, I'm excited about this. I'm always, I love anytime there's kid content that appeals to the adults, and this has kind of this goofy, this is a dated reference, but back when I was a little kid, there was Rocky and Bullwinkle, and it was goofy as can be, but at the same time, smart with it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. This is the same. It's good. All the kids love these books, so I'm glad that they did it.
We're talking about Dog Man. Now you got to see it on the biggest screen possible, and it's exactly what you get. It is a dog and a man combined. It's brought to you by the same people who brought you Captain Underpants, as we just mentioned. Steph Sanders' comedian friend Kevin Hart was in that. In this, you've got Isla Fisher, who is great, and Lil Rel Howery, who returns to uniform again as the police chief. I talked to him about it. Listen. What are you two laughing about? I gotta know.
I'll tell you after we cut.
Okay, all right. Hey, nice to talk to both of you. I love everything you've ever done, both of you, this being no exception. Lil Rel, for you, in Get Out, you wore a uniform. In this, you wear a uniform. It suits you. You do it well.
Wow, I even put two and two together. I guess so, yeah. Yeah, that's my thing. I'm typecasting myself, I don't even know it.
Maybe just write your agent an email. Just say, from now on, I want to be out of a uniform, just once.
I don't know. If they have a check, I will wear the badge.
Exactly. And, you know, that was a huge hit. This is going to be a huge hit. Isla, what kind of research did you do? Did you hang out with any of the reporter types?
Well, obviously, I love the news, so I am pretty familiar with your job, and I didn't need to because Peter Hastings, our director, had such a clear idea of what he wanted it to sound like, and I'm so familiar with the content. I've read these books more times than probably like every mom. These are such a successful franchise, and so I felt like all I had to do was come in and play around and muck about and have fun.
And it shows, and like you said, the writing is spot specific. Even though this is geared for kids, your character specifically, Isla, does a lot of the reporterisms that you see on national and local news.
This is Sarah Houghton reporting live from the major hospital in town. This just in, it stopped raining.
What for each of you are those little tidbits, a little nugget of truth that's in this movie that you love? Lil Rel?
Well, you just described one of them that to me that makes me laugh. That made me laugh really hard watching the movie. And then like, it's a lot of stuff like that. I mean, and it's even just, once again stuff for the adults. Like it's musical things that's happening to me that remind me of like some of my favorite '80s shows, action shows used to come on. So it's little. I'm not trying to give nothing away, but it's some cool things happening that has some nostalgia to it for some of the adults. So it's a lot of little nuggets that make me laugh. Really, it's some even little Petey says to Big Petey that's so funny.
Okay. Dude, the PD stuff is so cute. There's so many good one-liners about like wanting a car seat and just like.
I'm just thinking about that.
And just I thought our character.
She said it. I didn't say it.
Our character's relationship is really, I think, is really fun. We kind of have this like tension, but we sort of like each other. We don't, but we're like we both got big egos, and we're both in sort of like in our own singular pursuit, but yet brought together by this half man, half dog, full hero character. I think it's just a really fun world to explore.
Why do you always gotta lick the inside of my mouth?
Love this movie so much. I completely forgot Pete Davidson plays the bad guy, or I should say bad cat in this movie. Petey.
That's appropriate.
All right, so you have a dog, right?
I do.
Would you rather your head be on your dog's body or your dog's head be on your body?
My dog's head on my body because he's cuter.
Aw, no, don't sell yourself short. I think your dog would look great with little Jack Russell running around with your head
exactly, right?
All right, so you and Kevin Hart, I know you guys talked about being friends. Lil Rel Howery, didn't you two have a show on BET or something?
We did Comic View the same day.
That's
we
right.
Comic View the same day, yeah.
This show's kind of a reunion for you, if you think about it.
So wait, you got to tell me, what did they talk about?
Why they were laughing at the top?
Yeah, yeah.
So she goes, I'll tell you at the end of the interview. And I said, hey, what about the beep? Bars came up. They had no intent on telling me. They were probably like saying, why is his head always so greasy? Well, that's for me to know and you to find out. Hey, coming up next, want to keep laughing. Something very, very funny comes your way from the producers of Neighbors. One of my favorite, albeit raunchy comedies of all time, comes your Cordially Invited. Tasha from our crew said she had to clean up a lot of bleeps on this. Indeed she did, and that's why it's so good and spicy. Coming up next, we will talk to the stars, the creators, or at least break off a sample of it. Next. Hey, welcome back. It is Take a Look. It's my good friend, comedian Steph Sanders. You can find him on his Gospel Explosion Tour in Atlanta, Georgia. When's that?
That's March. We're doing a big Gospel Explosion Tour. It's like they're mixing music with comedy, and it's huge. It's going to be like Steve Harvey's hosting it.
Are you crashing it, or did they invite you?
They invited me.
To a gospel thing?
Yes,
Do they know what you're all about?
I know.
Have they heard your set?
You know what? They think God going to save me that day. I don't know.
I'm kidding. He's got a clean set because he's a very clean, nice man.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of clean and nice, this movie is not. It's brought to you by the people who brought you Neighbors. It's Will Ferrell's new movie with Reese Witherspoon. It's called You're Cordially Invited because it's all about a wedding. Yeah. Do you like weddings?
I do like weddings. I love weddings. I like Reese Witherspoon, too. But I like weddings because...
Would you like to get married to Reese Witherspoon? Is that what this is going?
Her and J-Lo, remember?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah. And Zoe Lozano from the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
I like Will Ferrell. Don't want to marry him, but I really dig hanging out with this guy.
You do a lot with Will Ferrell. So, like,
I've talked to him several times through the
What's
years.
your favorite time you talked to him? What is
There's one time he had me down a beer that the producers thought would be inappropriate to show. I don't know why. And then also one time I was talking to him, and it got crashed by Ben Stiller. Yeah, look.
I'm really nervous now. What was I supposed to? Did I say? Oh no! Oh goodness! Could you do me a favor? I think you could much better handle this interview. Would you mind slipping in? Okay. Here we go. So, in terms of working with Ben, what was it that you learned from Ben? Because most people who you talk to say that they learned so much from him, and I just was wondering what you got from him.
I learned to. First of all, never to look him in the eye directly.
Because he's an intimidating presence.
Intimidating presence.
Right.
And also...
I heard that you were late a lot of the time, that you wouldn't come out of your trailer, that people say
that was because of fear of the director.
Fear of the director.
And
the director was who?
Was Ben Stiller.
I could only show you, there is so much of that I had to cut off. It went to a very weird direction where Ben started saying all of the inappropriate things that Will Ferrell was doing on set.
I could imagine.
I'll have to tell you after we're out of here. You're going to tease ahead to that like that. Two things to keep in mind. That was from the movie Zoolander. That was the very first comedy to be released post 9/11, just 3 weeks after it when America needed a comedy. And similarly, this is the first comedy to be released coming out of LA after the fires. And kind of a similar thing. They weren't able to do a lot of press and publicity, which is why I really want to jump behind the movie and champion it, because you should see it. This is a big comedy that don't you think they need to see on a big screen?
Definitely. Will Ferrell is big screen. And Reese Witherspoon, come on, together.
Yeah.
We have to see this on a big screen. But
it hits a lot of the funny notes that like Wedding Crashers did. So, hey, as we wrap it up, world-famous comedian Steph Sanders. If I forget by the end of the show to tell you, you need to follow him where?
I am Steph Sanders everywhere. I am Steph Sanders. STEPH Sanders everywhere.
Yeah, it's on TikTok and Instagram, but follow him on TikTok because we don't know where that's going. So enjoy it while you can.
Right.
All right, so watch the trailer, and we might be back. See ya.
Welcome home, Cuddlebug.
Hey, Dad.
Who's in the house?
Daddy's in the house.
Big Papa's in the house.
Woo!
Tell them I'll be there in 3 minutes. Okay, bye.
Margot, Peyton's gonna be here for his pitch any minute now.
Hi, wait, I didn't realize you were coming so soon.
How's everything?
We're getting married.
My baby sister's engaged. I'm engaged.
Ah!
You're gonna be my brother-in-law.
Oh my God, it's Peyton Manning.
Oh, yeah, but Peyton Manny can wait.
I can't wait to plan this.
I'm gonna plan your wedding.
How about June 1st? Honey, do we know her?
Okay, well, I'm gonna go check us in.
I'm gonna go get us checked in.
Oh no. We've double booked your weddings.
What? Aren't you the wedding planner? You never even called this place?
I have social anxiety.
You get anxiety from dialing a phone?
I can do anything that doesn't require a phone call.
Listen, you're gonna have the greatest weekend of your lives.
My sweet little pumpkin's gonna have her special day, and no one's getting in the way of that. Hey!
I didn't realize it was a shared bathroom situation.
I'm just finishing up her hair. Happy to work on yours if you'd like. Give you a cute little flip.
Waste time with the masterpiece, to waste time with the masterpiece.
He is using up all of our sunset. Half of the sunset is gone.
Sorry for a little late.
Did he just wink at me?
But you're moving so carefully. Let's start living.
Stop it! Stop it! What? Nothing. You better back off.
I'm not gonna back off.
We're gonna go chaos monkey on his ass. Get the cake!
It's a trap!
This should be good. You're the most important person in my life.
I'll always be in your corner. I caught this guy and I was gonna unleash him, but then I wrestled him too hard and now I think he's dead.
That's not dead.
Well, you don't know Okay.
Pick it up!
See you later, alligator!
Do we still not know how the alligator got into the room?
No, we don't. We don't know.